Welcome to Yogea Complete Beginner's Routine, Cyclic Renewal. Start standing, rooting your feet firmly into the ground. Drop your tailbone down, open your palms, soften your gaze. Inhale and raise your arms over the head. Lengthen through the sides of the waist. Bring the hands into prayer. Gaze up and exhale, take a squat. Bend your knees, lengthen your spine, press the hands together, drop the elbows into your thighs. Keep on lengthening your spine, massaging your Achilles tendons. Press the hands into your thighs, round up, and inhale, cats and cows while standing, scooping the belly and arching it back. Inhale, arch and flatten your back. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, scoop in, hollow the belly out. Inhale, gaze up. Roll your shoulders with this movement and stay here. Lengthen through the tailbone and the crown of the head and take a twist to your left, hugging your glutes. Bend your right knee. Come back to the center. Hold your center. Bend your knees. Gently arch up. Then straighten the knees. Keep the lower back as long as possible. Rebend your knees. Come into a flat back. And twist the other way, bending your left knee this time. Press your hand to the sacrum. Your front hand into your opposite glute. Hold and breathe. Inhale, come up, support your center. Open and peel your chest into the sky. Bend your knees and then straighten them. Arching from the mid-back. Exhale, hug your shoulders. Come into a flat back. And take the same twist as you hug your shoulders, first to your right. Micro-bending the knee. Hug the shoulders the other way. And bend your right knee. Twist to your left. Release your hands to the top of the mat. Walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Find your alignment. Bend your right knee and gaze under the left armpit. Press through the ball of the foot, switch the legs. Keep up the pace here. Lengthening through the sides of the waist, finding balance in this state of inversion. Come into plank. Lift up from your belly and roll onto the insides and the outside edges of the feet. Raise your arm up. Right hand planted, left arm over the head. Bend your knees. Hold here. And release the hand to the floor, opening through the sides of the waist, downward facing dog. Breathe and lengthen from the tailbone to the crown. Float into plank. Come onto the inner and the outer seam of the feet. Raise your right arm. Bend your knees. Reach the right arm over the head. Fingers pointing into the diagonal and rest your hands into the floor. Bring your knees. Open your spine. Exhale, scoop the belly in. Inhale, lift up. Soften your gaze. Exhale, hollow the belly out. Cat, cow. Pressing through all the knuckles of your hands. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. A little longer now. If you want to keep the knees bent, do so. Lift your right leg up. Press the hands firmly into the ground and bend the knee. Step your foot forward. The front heel and the back arch align. Pull opposite elbows and turn your gaze back as you keep your front knee bent. A variation of warrior. Straighten your knee out. Flex the right foot. Lower your right hand into the shin, your left hand into your opposite shoulder, and take a twist. Your back knee is bent. Gently rise halfway up. Press your hands into your thigh. Coming into a high lunge here and hold. Shoulders away from the ears. Step your left foot close to your right heel. Find your balance as you bring the sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh. Take a gentle wrap with your hands around your waistline and your sacrum. Twist your gaze to the left. Keeping the foot flexed, drop it down. Step your back leg all the way back. Bend your front knee and take right angle pose. Variation here, pressing the hands firmly through the palms as you bend the knee and twist your torso. Reach the arm up into the sky. Find the right angle for your body. Gaze down and release the hands on either sides of the foot. Spin your back shin so it's perpendicular to the front heel. Flex your front heel and foot. And come into gate pose. Clasp your hands behind your head. Keep your elbows bent. Gaze at your toes. Flex your foot. Bend your knee now. Stretch the opposite way, opening your right shoulder. Releasing through the ball, the foot, the heel. Drop the hands in front of you. Readjust your front foot and drop your pelvis into your heel. Hug your front knee, interlacing opposite elbows, and twist your gaze to the right. Lengthening and twisting. As you center, take a hug and twist the other way. Peeling your chest open to the sky and looking up. Cartwheel the back arm, plant it firmly into the floor. Drop the hip and thread your right forearm through the right knee crease. Flex your foot. Drop the back forearm into the floor. Now lift your left foot. Prop your right heel on top of your left ball of the foot and flex your hand. Gaze at your hand. Release the pose. Take a twist. Dropping your arm to the right, your leg to the left. Open your chest and decompress the lower back here. Release the hand on top of the other hand. Bend your knee. Keep your elbows bent and open through the groin and the psoas. Lower the hip down. Hug your thigh with your hand. Press yourself forward into a lunge and back into a downward facing dog. Walk the feet back. Press through the hands. Feel the traction through your spine. Drop the knees again to the floor. Bend your elbows, float down into a baby cobra. Your feet are lifted. Interlace your fingers at the small of the back and open the shoulders. Flex your feet and open them into a V position. Breathe here. Clasp the tops of your feet. Keep your spine long. Just lift your chin off the floor. Release the feet back down into the ground. Press through the floor. Walk the hands a little closer and lift your left leg into down doggy split. Square the hips. Lengthen your spine. As you exhale, step your foot forward through the hands, The front heel and the back arch intersect. Hold opposite elbows and gaze back as you bend the front knee. Bend deeper and twist more. Straighten the front knee. Flex the foot. Lower the hand into the knee. Wrap the other hand around the opposite shoulder and open your chest, revolving it up to the sky. Gaze down. Drop the hand further down. Press both hands into your thigh. And come into a high lunge. Step your right foot close to your left heel. Find your balance for tree pose. Wrap your hands around your glute and sacrum and gaze over your right shoulder. Find your balance. Press firmly through your right foot. Drop the front leg down. Readjust for right angle pose. The front knee tracks over the front ankle. Press the hands together and open the chest. Keep the length through the side of the waist. Raise your arm up into the sky. Shoulders away from the ears. Release the hands down. Drop the right knee down. Uncurl the back foot and spin the back shin so it's perpendicular to the front heel. Flex the front heel. Come into gate pose, raising your right arm over the head and finding a side bend, opening up through the hamstrings. Go a little deeper. Watch your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Readjust your foot, bend your front knee, and then straighten it out again as you take yin and yang bind with your hands. Now stretch it over to the other side into a crescent kneeling variation. Both elbows are bent, the front knee is bent. Drop the hands in front of you. Stretch your spine. Curl the back foot under. Adjust your right shin. And hug your left thigh, interlacing opposite elbows. Gaze over your left knee. Lengthen through the side of the right intercostal area. Drop your hands down. Drop your hip down. Thread your left forearm under the left knee crease. Lower down onto your forearm. Flex your left foot. Press the right ball of the foot into the left heel and open here. Flex your left hand. Hook it under the knee crease. Twist your gaze. Feel the integrity of this pose and lower the foot down. Extend the leg and arm oppositionally into a twist. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Your gaze is soft. Your breath is even. Release the left hand back down as you bend your left knee. Shift forward and lift through the side of the waist, toning the abs here. Gaze down at your right forearm. And then drop your right glute and hip down into the floor. Gently float your left foot forward. Use momentum from your straight back to open your knees out. Press the hands into your heart, pointing the fingertips into the heart and raising the elbows as you come into a slight hinge forward. Point the fingertips down as a seed and lift the elbows up. Press the hands into your knees and take a twist to your left, opening the hips while releasing the shoulders down. Deepen the twist. Bring your hand to the opposite top of the foot. come back to butterfly pose and twist the other way. Lengthen through the side of the waist. Then bring the left hand over to the top of the right foot and twist a little deeper. Press the hands behind you and lift your pelvis up. Drop your head down. Lift higher. Open more. Keep your legs parallel. Slowly descend down. Lower onto your forearms. Wrap your left foot around the right and open your heart and chest into a fish pose. Your shoulders track over your elbows. Come out of it gently. Flex your feet. Drop your knees into the floor. And wrap the other way, left over right. Press the foot down into the floor, open your chest. Expand through the collarbone. Unwrap. Lower further down. Gently walking your hands up your spine for a shoulder stand variation. Draw the elbows in, bend your knees. Thighs parallel to your elbows. Now press your right foot into your left knee and reach your left leg up into the sky. Gently slide the right foot back to parallel. Keep the knees bent and go the other way. Left sole into the right thigh. Breathe and hold here. Extend the legs over your head into a plow variation. Lift higher and slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Bending the knees, dropping the feet into the mat. Press the hands into your thighs as you lift the pelvis up. Reach your right arm back, your left arm forward, and gaze over to the left. Come back to the center, switch the arms, shift your gaze over to the right. One hand is open, the other one is rooted into the earth. Rest your hips down. Bend your knees, hold your thighs with your hands, taking a variation of happy baby here, just to lengthen the lower back. Hold and breathe, tailbone down, soles together, open your thighs, keep your knees bent, bring your hands to your heart into prayer. Allow the earth to support you. Open the hips and release any limitations that you might be holding. Draw your knees back in. Extend your right leg and your left. Open and splay the knees out. Relax your feet. Open up your hands, close your eyes. Shift your focus to the rhythm of your breath without changing the habitual pattern of the breath. Notice where you put the emphasis, the inhale, the exhale, or the space in between. Where does it get shallow? See if you can extend it a little bit more until you get an even inhalation and exhalation and a longer pause between the two. Then notice how the rhythm of your breath is organically attuned to the cycles of life, the periodicity of the universe. Feel how just before you inhale, there's a moment of anticipation, a silent state of incubation when the energy condenses into form. Relate this to the time of twilight before the day breaks, before the dawn blushes. And then move up the spiral into the inhalation when the sun rises and your potential bursts open. This is the time of the day when activity rises and the energy blooms and flourishes into tangible deeds. Then observe the descent of the breath as it reaches the tipping point, the moment of climax, and then lavishly cascades after having peaked into the summit of fruition. You can now trace the natural sinking of the energy as it harnesses your ultimate power. You're in the stage of harvesting, of gathering, of reordering the creative resources so you can tap your well deeper, so you can expand your consciousness wider. And in this pause, between the inhale and the exhale, you can feel the secret of expansion and internal growth. You are now ready to exhale your limitations, all the expectations, and root into your truest self. This moment of anchoring ushers you into the cycle of resolution, where you see clearly in which direction you're heading. You have traveled through the 4 cycles of breath and initiated your being into the mystery of the seasons. You are swirling in sync with the cyclic order of the universe and are ready to ascend into the next curve. Take a moment to feel where you're heading. Are you in a stage of incubation where you need things to gestate before you take the new move? Are you in a stage of expansion and exponential growth? Are you blazing a new trail and need more courage to break through? Are you awaiting resolution and you need to shift perspective? Take a moment to inhale the stage you're in and begin to awaken your body to the present moment, bending your knees softly, opening your arms to the side, and taking yourself into a cuddled position on your side to come up to the center and feel how the universal sources of cyclic renewal are always supporting you each and every day. Come back to your center. Allow these cycles to naturally guide you to fulfillment and open new horizons for your spirit to unfold.